The last 3 months, what we've been doing pretty much within all of the philosophies, within all of the breath exercises, and within all of the meditative techniques is we've been working to really build our focus. That's it. And alongside that, increase our sensitivity to body sensations. And by increasing focus, the Sanskrit term for like the maximum potential focus we can generate is called dharana, and it refers to like a single pointed mind. And so when we are so focused on any given object or any given task, we sort of subjectively and psychologically fuse with that object. We no longer think of ourselves, we no longer think of the past or the future. We essentially become one with this object of attention. And so that's what we've been trying to develop, and hopefully through these last 3 months, you've gained some sense that you can focus more consistently and more powerfully. And then the sensitivity really falls into this idea of meditation in a purist's sense, meaning that we're not trying to become better people, we're not trying to empower our virtues or design our lives. We're really just working every morning, meditating to feel ourselves as intimately and specifically as we can, to discover for ourselves these fables of nirvana, samadhi, enlightenment, moksha, all of these sort of promises that ancient meditators sort of pushed out from the past and into the future. But now, let's say that we have this focus, some degree of focus, and we have this sensitivity. We're going to shift gears and get into a more pragmatic approach to meditation for the next, month. And what we're going to do is take all of this focus and sensitivity, and for every class, we're going to fixate on particular emotions. The first emotion that the Hindu scriptures suggest a yogi work on is forgiveness. Essentially forgiving the past, our past relationships and ourselves. But I found that forgiveness is quite a difficult emotion to generate. So we're going to first start working with gratitude, which I think is a bit more accessible. And so what I want to say about all of this is, as we learn to disassociate from our sheaths, right? The physical body, the energy body, the mental body, the intuitive body, and fundamentally encounter this center sheath called Anandamaya Kosha, or the bliss center. These external sheaths become more flexible and fluid. And so if we take yoga poses for a second, right? You look at someone and they can bend their spine in a way that seems unnatural. They can lift their legs and rotate their hips in ways that seem alien. And this is the yogi experimenting with the range of possibility. Let's talk about poses specifically. That deals with the body, that first sheath. But the same can be said about the mind and personality. Personality is fundamentally fixed, right? We can't really change that much of who we are. It's sort of coded into our DNA and sort of supported by how we've been raised over the decades of our lives. But in the same way that yogis really push the boundary on what a body can do in its range of motion, they believe the same fluidity is possible within a mind when it is practiced. And so this leads us to the idea that through this focus and sensitivity, we can really start to design and curate our personality and integrate virtues so that we can make, measurable change to our character. So I just want you to consider that. So I want to ask a question right now. Would you like to be an ungrateful person? The intuitive body, right? Boom. No, I do not want to be an ungrateful person. Therefore, I want to be a grateful person. You have this certain range of motion with gratitude, this capacity already, but that can be increased in the same way, again, that asana increases range of motion in limbs. So that's pretty much it. The way the week is going to break down now is the 3 phases of learning. I've sort of touched on this. The first is shravanam. So you hear about something. And right now we're hearing that our personality can be redefined through meditation. The second phase is mananam. So you take the time to contemplate it seriously. And what this is going to mean in your practice today, Wednesday, and Friday is that you really have to work your memories and your imagination and your thought process to really feel gratitude versus just thinking about the idea. So this is mananam. And then once you spark gratitude within yourself, the construct that it exists through within your nerves and your neurons lights up, and you're actually experiencing gratitude through your own efforts in your practice, the more time you spend feeling gratitude breath by breath by breath and focusing upon it, you start to enter the final phase of sort of processing new information, which is called nidhi dayasanam. So you integrate or you meditate with it, you unite with it. So I just want you to think about that. I would say that the brunt of your class today, Wednesday and Friday, and next week is really going to be about sort of like lighting the fire of gratitude itself. And then once you have that ability, it's fairly easy to stay committed to it breath to breath to breath, especially because of all the work we've done. Cool. So let's get into this pragmatic approach to meditation. We're redesigning our personality. I did this the other week. I never do this sort of stuff. And I was shocked at how the emotion of gratitude permeated and echoed out into the rest of my day for at least 4 to 6 hours. It was quite stark and inspiring. So I hope the same for you. Okay, happy Monday. Let's get to work. What a great way to start the day. Kudos to your effort. This is Shreya, right? A really powerful choice. So if you're fairly new, we're going to breeze over the fundamentals of your practice. And these fundamentals are very, very simple. You don't have to overthink them. You just have to commit to them. The first is stillness. Do your best not to move. Don't scratch the itch that might arise in your face. Don't adjust your clothes. Try not to smack your lips or swallow the saliva that might build up in your mouth. Second is posture. You want to sit well in a way that provokes alertness and power and confidence, but also a little anxiety. So everyone tilt your hips forward, lengthen through the spine, straighten your arms, and then bring a random finger to each thumb. What we worked on last Friday was the buildup of our foundation. So you want to tighten the cross of your legs if you're sitting down on the floor, or just sort of pull your thighs in towards one another if you're in a chair. So this is isometric tension. Your legs aren't moving. You're just sort of tightening them in towards center. And that should create buoyancy in your torso. So stillness and posture. Third fundamental, deep, steady breaths. And so always work to breathe a bit more slowly. And then the last effort is complicated, but you're trying to push back your thought process to focus on sensations, but now on the emotion of gratitude. So before that, let's do a little warm-up to give ourselves a real sense that we are meditating and internalizing our awareness into the heart of emotion, into gratitude today, but also into self or towards self. So as you breathe in, slowly open your eyes and try to open the eyelids slowly and evenly. And as you exhale, slowly close the eyes. And again, try to shut your eyelids gradually. Notice any twitching or spastic movement in the face. And appreciate that as unrecognized imbalance and anxiety. And in that we are not perfectly balanced. We are not perfectly harmonic. We glitch, we tremble. But through presence, harmony is induced. Grace is generated. And so what you should feel as you open and close the eyes is that when you open your eyes, it's a burden. That as a meditator, that inner experience, eyes closed, is captivating and alluring and comfortable. One more time, open and close the eyes, and then keep the eyes closed. And Notice how pleasant it is not to be disrupted or distracted by the external. Okay, slow breaths. For the next 3 minutes, I just want you to consider that the personality is fluid. And I want you to appreciate that your grasping mind, which is raga, like grasping, clings on to your personality. Oddly, your virtues and your vices. We grip onto our strength and our weakness because it all defines us. But again, ask yourself, would I like to be an ungrateful person? The intuitive body speaks, no. And in that, just start to contemplate the opportunity of rebuilding personality, increasing nobility, increasing selflessness. So 3 minutes here, you're actually thinking right now. And so this is the second phase of learning. Mananam, you're contemplating. Let's initiate together. Deep inhale and a deep exhale. So notice that persistently thinking critically is tiring. It takes a lot of energy. That brain of yours that you're exercising right now takes 20% of your nutrition. And so for a few more breaths, really commit to this idea of plasticity. The personality is fluid, and the wiring of the brain is dynamic. And through the appendage of free will, however weak or strong it is, we have some power to change that wiring. And so a quote of the Buddha referring to the change that impacts us over our lives. We are not the same, but neither are we different. Because a meditator is connected to that deepest element, the unchanging self, and appreciate that all of their sheaths, their bodies, their minds, their circumstances, their energy levels, even their intuition, changes like the stars in the sky. And we are these sheaths, but we are also not. Okay, so what you're going to do now for the rest of the class, it's about 15 minutes, is I want you to think about gratitude. Think about things you're grateful for, people you're grateful for, moments you're grateful for, to spark the actual emotion. Like rubbing two fire sticks to create a flame. Once you feel gratitude, you feel it. Separate it from the memories and the thoughts you use to create it. And just try to breathe and feel for as long as you can the pure emotion of gratitude. Feel it in your nerves and feel it within your mind. Good work, have fun. Let's take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Deepen your focus. And notice that you can. That's the most useful observation. You can increase your focus. Think of dharana, a single pointed mind. With enough practice, with enough skill, when you choose to focus on gratitude through dharana, there is nothing but gratitude. You become gratitude. The world becomes gratitude. All events, all sensations, past, present, and future, are more than anything things to be grateful for versus what they actually may be. So dharana. Boost your focus. Feel the little fire, the little embers of gratefulness. The more you can feel that, the more you are integrating that into your persona. And now shift focus and just listen to the world around you. And so from internalizing the last 20 minutes, now you're externalizing. Like a whale coming back to breach the surface and breathe. Slow down the breath. All right, bring your hands to heart center, relax your shoulder blades, and exercise in consciousness. How conscious am I? How much free will over my psyche and my physiology do I actually have? To test that free will and that consciousness, increase your sincerity. And so it's like you're fumbling around your mind, trying to find a light switch. Increase sincerity. Gratitude. If we can conflate the purist and the pragmatist, what is the most important and the most profound experience to be grateful for? The deepest gift of existence. The consciousness we have over our existence. The gift is we are aware enough to be aware enough to increase gratitude, aware enough to reach for more awareness so that we can become more intimate with the lives we have while we have them. And so in these final moments, be grateful for your existence and the caliber of your awareness that comes with being human. The Hindus and the Buddhists believe if you are incarnated into a human body, it means that for lifetimes you have done work. You have grown, you have overcome imbalance, you have proven a certain degree of maturity and nobility, and in that you are blessed. Blessed with humanity. Couple breaths. Thumb knuckles to third eye center. Back to technique. Purist. Just focus. Like a chef sharpening their knives. Like a musician tuning their instrument. Just focus. For 5, deepen focus. 4, 3, 2, let's take a full breath in. Hold your hands where they are as you exhale. Focus on that tingling sensation. When your lungs are empty, hold your breath. Release your wrists to your knees, nice tall spine. Pull your belly all the way into the spine. This is Uddiyana Bandha. And hold for as long as possible. A little blip of breath work. Let CO2 increase. Allow yourself to suffocate. I'm not the body, so the body can be burned. I'm not the mind, so the mind can panic. When you need to inhale, hold your posture. Just breathe mindfully through the nose. Holding, keep holding. If you haven't started to seize through your chest, like you're hiccuping with your mouth shut, that means you have so much more oxygen in your bloodstream. Alrighty, with an inhale, open your eyes. Be grateful for what you see. As you exhale, not done yet, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Back into your meditative state. Almost done. Last time, inhale, open your eyes. And now as the eyes open, especially because we're attempting to be pragmatists with this, I am still meditating.